So this here is a funny plant. We've been noticing these green little pods attached to our legs. So it's kind of a hitchhiker plant that releases their seed pods. They kind of attach with these little spindly fronts to things that walk by, and then we carry it down the trail and plant their seed further for them. It is day 30 on the PCT. It's been mostly downhill so far this morning. We've only been hiking a couple miles so far. It's still early. I don't think there's anything super notable coming up on the trail today. It's just going to be some enjoyable, shady, easy, gradual trail, which is nice. Honestly, I just am enjoying that the past couple days have been under the trees, because that sun can be quite intense. Also, I just passed some water, so I'm wondering if I should fill up. Anywho, feeling a little all over the place today with my mind. Alright, I found Joe, and Joe found this more accessible water source from this pipe here. So that's what we did. We filled up there, bottles are full, and that's where we're going. So yesterday I was telling you about some different kinds of conifer trees, and I showed you a fir and a pine. Couldn't find a spruce, but here we have a cedar tree. Kind of looks like those arborvitae trees that a lot of people plant at the borders of their yard to kind of create separation between neighbors. But they have these cool, like, flat, feathery pine, or these cool, flat, feathery needles. I do want to learn more about these because I think a cypress is really similar, but I do not know the difference. So that very well could have been a cypress, but looks a lot like a cedar. Oh, I should have showed you the bark. The bark on it, here, I'll show you. The bark on a cedar tree is very, like, straight and thready all the way up the tree. So I usually notice the bark before I see the needles. I just started hearing a river in the distance. We're kind of doing some switchbacks down a mountain right now. So at the bottom will be the river. And at this point, after, I don't know, like 3 to 4 challenging crossings in Washington, when I hear the river, I just think to myself, like, it'll be real nice if there's just like a functional bridge, you know, just cross nice and easy, enjoy the view. But there's always a chance that there is no bridge, and you're gonna have to like hopscotch or balance across some logs or just like trudge right through. So I really would like to keep my feet dry. So just hoping there's a bridge. Climbed up a really steep hill, trying to find a good lunch spot. hoping there was shade, but there's not. There's a really nice view. What's that?
Mount Hood.
That's Mount Hood in Oregon. And what's that?
Maybe Adams.
Maybe Adams. We are in the second half of our day. Had lunch earlier of a very steep blue blaze with a nice view. Today some of our friends caught up with us on trail. I think we're gonna go to Portland with them tomorrow, which will be really fun. And right now we just filled our waters, but once we get to the next good water source, I think we're gonna fill up a bladder because we're gonna dry camp today, which means camping at a campsite without a water source. And then that'll help, having the extra water in our bladder will help us out tomorrow until we get to the next water source. So we just came up to the sign. It says Washington State Department of Natural Resources, Snag Creek Trail. This trail, first built in early 1900s by the CCC, has been rebuilt by the Boy Scouts Troop 317 of Washougal in June of 1981. It sounds like our plan for tomorrow is shaking out to be about a 15-mile hike downhill into the town of Cascade Locks, and then I think around 1 or 2, one of our hiker friends' friend is going to pick us up. We'll head over to the town, or to the city of Portland, Oregon, and stay there for the night with his friend, which is awesome. And I think when we're in that area, we'll try to find an REI, because Joe and I hiked all of Washington without listening to any music or audiobooks, just no headphones. It was just us and our minds and the trail, which is our usual style of hiking, which I love. It keeps me really present and aware of my surroundings, but also I just get to really hear my mind and just see where my mind goes. It's kind of fun. But there are a lot of hikers who rave about, listening to audiobooks and podcasts and music and how that enhances their hike. So we want to try to experience that side of hiking as well. So I think in Oregon, we got ourselves some headphones. Thinking about getting the bone conduction headphones, which don't actually go in or over your ears. They just sit right in front of them, and you can hear the music really well, but you can also hear your surroundings pretty much just as well. Which feels like a safe option. I actually got to try those types of headphones from a friend at work, and I can say they were very cool and very effective. So I think we'll get ourselves a pair each. And then also we're gonna need to probably catch a shuttle to the town of Hood River on the other side of Cascade Locks, which has a Walmart and a Safeway grocery store. We're going to be creating 3 resupply boxes. One to carry with us on the next stretch of trail. Actually, the other 2 are to ship onward to other towns on the trail. But for one of those, I think we're going to fill our bear cans with food and then ship the full bear can to Kennedy Meadow North, just right before the Sierra starts for us, because that's when we're going to need the bear cans again. It's freaking steep right now. We carried our bear cans as well through all of Washington. They worked really well for us. Got a lot of hikers questioning why we carried them, because they are heavy, I get it. But there are stretches within Washington where proper food storage was required. But I think in Oregon we'll be just fine with our food bags. So that'll be nice to get rid of a couple pounds as well for Oregon. Yeah. So switching it up, trying all the things, and really excited to get to town tomorrow. I am tired. That was a steep climb, but I think it's finally plateauing. We should be, I think, 0.4 miles from camp. Is this our junction? Blue blazing down a side trail. Again, blue blazing just means hiking on a trail that is not part of the PCT, or like the main trail that you're hiking. This blue blaze is going to lead us to our campsite. It's supposed to have spectacular views. I'm just hoping there's a few good spots to set up, because our friends are going to meet us here later. So I want to make sure all of us can camp here. But on our way up, we saw a couple like plan B options. Alright, this is the spot for the night. It's really nice with a really pretty view. Flowers. It's really flat.